Tiger fans, gonna knock this video out real quick. The game's actually still going on, but it's a complete laugher. The Tigers are gonna take the series for sure. Right now, they currently lead 10-1 in the top of the ninth inning. Ricky P's probably gonna come back out for the bottom of the ninth to get the final three outs of the game. So let's begin with the series. And I gotta say, before I go into the more in depth, in my last video, I made a point of stressing about how I hope the Tigers' offense continues to, stay hot because they've been scoring a lot of runs. Minus the Minnesota series, this Tigers' offense has been pretty damn good. I mean, they've scored more than 8 runs, or 8 runs or more, 1, 2, 3, 4 times already. And they've had, let's see, 5, 6. If you have 7 or more runs, they've had 6 games so far where they've scored 7 or more runs. And if you compare that to last year starting out, the offense last year, I remember correctly, the first game when Jose Valverde blew the save, that was a close scoring game. They walked off. The second game, the Tigers blew out Beckett. And then the third game, that was a high scoring game, but it wasn't a very well played game. It was like a 13-12 game. I remember that after they swept the Royals, they went like 6 weeks without getting back-to-back wins. And the offense, especially on the road, was really, they weren't scoring more than 4 runs a game, and just in general, when they had that stretch of 6 weeks. This year, I got to say, the offense has looked by far. I don't care, the Tigers' offense at its hottest point last year, it's looked by far the best it's been in a season and a half. The way Hunter and Austin Jackson are getting on base is indescribable. Right now, you could not find a better 1-2 at the top of a lineup in baseball right now. There's no one getting on base more than those two guys. They already had 2 games this year where each of them gotten 3 hits apiece. Jackson hit his first home run today of the season. He's got a couple RBIs. Hunter this series has a couple RBIs, and he's got a homer. So, I mean, right now, the offense, it's looking pretty unstoppable. It's looking like what we thought we were going to see last year, more consistently. Because like I said, over half this games a year, they've scored over 7 runs. So the offense, when they've been scoring, they've been putting up big numbers. So game 1, Tigers lost that one in extra innings. Villarreal gave up a walk-off homer. The Tigers had a lead in this game for a little while. Max Scherzer pitched pretty good. He struck out at 11, I think, over 6 innings. They had a lead, 3-0 lead, because Prince Fielder, who had a couple home runs this series, and Fielder, man, you want to talk about being locked in. Holy Christ. Fielder had a 3-run shot, but the Tigers' bullpen couldn't hold it. The bullpen this year, it's still shaky. The command coming out of the pen has not been good whatsoever. I guess Benoit's been anointed the 9th inning guy, and I'm not real happy about it because Benoit chokes under pressure in the 9th. He really does. This year, Benoit's changeup command hasn't been that great. Last year his fastball command was never really the best. But his changeup command, he was always good at getting that over strikes. But this year, man, his command's been bad. Phil Koch, his command hasn't been great. Albuquerque's command's been awful. Brian Villarreal's command has been one of the worst in the pen. Really, Darren Downs has been the best arm so far when it comes to command-wise. Him and Drew Smyly have been the best 2 arms in the pen so far this year. And, I think it's just because it's early. These guys are still warming up. They're still stretching their arms out. And I think it'll clear up, hopefully, because if we have... good thing our offense has scored as much as it has been, because if we've played a bunch of 1-run games, the Tigers would not be over 500 right now. They would not be sitting at 7-5, that is for sure. But the Pens, does need to clear up. We still don't really have a closer yet, even though Benoit, like I said, has been anointed the 9th inning guy. And Valverde is getting closer to joining the Tigers. He's already pitched 2 scoreless outings in the minors with Toledo. So... Game 2, JV win, and JV pitched an absolute freaking gem. He went 7 innings, I believe. Tigers offense, once again, just lit up Brett Anderson. They absolutely destroyed him. And today, Anibal Sanchez, Sanchez the past couple times out has had a little bit of problems with walks. He walked 4 again today, but both times out, his last 2 starts, he struck out at 8 hitters. And he went 7 innings again today, so a quality start. Minus the walks, he maybe could have went 8 innings. That's a lot of walks for in a game. So Anibal Sanchez, he's looked absolutely filthy this year. Like his curveball's been great. His changeup looked great. His slider's been good. His fastball command has been okay so far this year. That's what he's been walking a lot of guys on in his fastball. But his secondary stuff, he's spotting on a dime. A lot of times today when he fell down early in the counts, he was throwing his curveball to get back ahead in counts and stuff. And that's such a dangerous weapon to have when you can throw your off-speed stuff from fastball counts for strikes, especially when you're down in the count. That's a good weapon to have. But the Tigers pitching staff as a general this year, in general, I should say, as a whole, has been really good. Minus Porcello, the top 4 starters have been good. Doug Fister, he had a couple rough starts, but in his third start, of the year, he went 8 strong innings. Scherzer's picked up right where he left off. His command hasn't been quite where it is because he has had a little bit of walks so far this year. But strikeout-wise, he's still been just racking up the Ks. He's getting hitters out consistently. The Tigers pitching staff, the starters really have not been hit up for many runs. They haven't pitched that deep into the games. I think they've only had 3 starts this year. I think Verlander went 7 once. Anibal went 7, and then Fister went 8, so one time only. So they haven't had guys go very deep into games, but they've definitely pitched well enough and come out of the games giving their team a good chance to win already. So, the Tigers pitching staff as a whole has been outstanding, and it's just showing just not last year that it was a fluke how good they were in the playoffs and down the stretch run. So the Tigers absolutely pounded the A's. They probably should have had a sweep, another sweep. Really, the Tigers realistically could be winners of 6 straight games if they didn't have some bullpen lapses. That one game against Toronto where they blew a 6-0 lead, and the game where they blew it against the A's where the A's walked off. So the Tigers could really have won 6 games straight. So they've been playing really good ball. It's just been the bullpen, just hasn't been able to lock it down in late innings. But the offense has definitely been good. Like I said, Jackson Hunter at the top. You can't find a better 1-2 right now getting on base. This first 2 weeks of the season, they've just been hot as hot can get. Both those guys always have multi-hit games. Always on base for Fielder and Miggy. And just wait till V-Mart starts getting some hits to fall too, because he's had some bad luck. The offense is going to be even better. Vilas had a really good start so far to the year. Peralta's heated up, even though I really don't like him that much. But that's besides the point. After an off day tomorrow, we head out to Seattle. In Seattle, I like that team a lot. I like Michael Morris a lot. I'm happy we get to see King Felix in this series. I'm a big fan of his. I see Kendrys Morales and all those guys. I like the Mariners. I watched a couple of their games earlier this year. That team's definitely a new-look squad, that's for sure. Game 1 is going to be Dougie Fresh against the newly acquired Aaron Harang. Fister going back to his old stomping grounds in Seattle, so he's very well familiar with that park. And Game 2 is going to be Max Scherzer against King Felix. King Felix is still searching for win number 100. Last time out against the Rangers, he gave up, I think, 4 runs. I watched that start. It was a pretty good game. And then Game 3 to wrap up the series in in Seattle, I should say. Dougie Fresh is going up against Iwamura, and or not Dougie Fresh, JV, I should say, ends the series against Iwamura, I think, Iwakuma, that's it, Iwakuma. So, and then we head out to LA to end the road trip before we head back home. So, really happy what I'm seeing with the bats, guys. The offense this year is looking a lot better, and it looks like we're not going to get out to that start last year where we were 7-3, and then our offense just went dead, and we didn't win back-to-back games for 6 weeks. So I'm happy with what I'm seeing, and pitching staff, like I said, collectively has been outstanding. The offense has been great. 1 through 5 has been outstanding. Even Omar Fonte has been outstanding so far this year. He's always on base too. And just the only real question right now with this squad is closer and bullpen. Once we get that set up, this team looks like they're going to win some games this year, and a lot of them. So that's all I got for you guys today. Go Tigers.